Now, what the hell is this about? Man, is this thing going or what? Let me see. Look at me. Oh, okay, there it is. Hey, y'all sleep? Y'all sleep? Y'all sleep? Let me tell y'all, man, I just woke up from them damn them cat naps be tearing me up. I just woke up from a cat nap. I mean, I just came about the craziest dream. So I was like, I need to share this with somebody because I think it's a message in this for somebody. Somebody, I hope y'all can hear me. Let's see. Damn. Hold on, bruh. Man, I just had the craziest dream. So all I know, man, I just woke up out this cat nap and I just was like, I wasn't even fully asleep, man. I was like half up, half asleep. I heard this like meditation music playing in the background. It's like scripture. What's it called? Atmosphere of grace. It's some kind of, they say some slight biblical scriptures in the background with like this angelic music playing. I heard that, but I could have swore I was just asleep. I was asleep, but all of a sudden, what came in? It was a dream. I guess. Damn, that's weird. I was in the dream and I could hear the TV at the same time. What kind of shit is this? But this is what I want to say. What just happened was I was having a full-blown conversation with this nurse, this black nurse from Barbados, man. She was my homie. I call her Cece. And she passed away shortly before I ended up leaving that place. But her name was Cece. And she passed away, y'all. And what happened just now in the dream I just had, it was like I was talking to this lady. And I'm looking and I'm like, how the hell am I talking to her? But they said she died. Anyway, in this dream, it was a patient that one of her patients had to go to the bathroom. And so, but as me and her was chit-chatting right quick, the patient's in the bathroom with the door cracked so she could see. Just be sure the dude was safe. Some tall, lanky white patient. And so, and like tall older people, sometimes they be falling and shit. So I don't know. So she was like, wait, scoot over. Sorry. I just remember her saying that, scoot over a little bit just so I can see. Because your shadow, I can't quite see in there. I want to be sure he don't hurt herself. So then I scoot over a little bit. But then all of a sudden we started talking. And she was like, oh no, this is what I asked her. I was like, Cece. I was like, is it true? Is it true? Listen, this in the dream, y'all. But I don't know how I was just in that dream just that quick. But I could hear this TVO in real life too. How the hell you gonna be in two places at one time? I don't know what the fuck going on. But anyway, I asked Cece, I was like, Cece, is it true? And she was like, girl, yeah. And I'm like, but do she know what I'm talking about? Because in my mind, literally in this dream, and even in real life, I'm like, is it true you did? Like, this lady was in full-blown good health. One of my best preceptors, and just somebody who was like somebody you could really, you got somebody, you meet somebody and you just click. And she was way older than me. But she preset me, and she literally told me the nurse game. She helped me understand about just the different personality types out there in the nursing field. And she put me up on game with that nursing eating their young shit. How, being mindful, a nurse, they try to come in and be helping you a little bit. But just other than that, you just be sure you up on your game. Because she's from Barbados. So, we the same when it comes to that. So anyway, the next thing you know, she was like, or no, I asked her, I was like, is it true, Cece? And this is a damn dream. And she's like, yeah, it's true. I was like, how did that happen? And it was like, she didn't really tell me. Basically, how they claim she passed away is this lady was healthy, but she apparently, like, she fell down the steps and died. And I was like, what the fuck? Not Cece. How? Oh, Lord. And that was the going saying about her. Like, that's something. She fell down some kind of way. She fell down the fucking steps and died. And I just thought, God damn it. So anyway, I think the gist behind that, just that random ass dream. And the second part of the dream is this. She told me to scoot over because apparently in the dream, we both in the one patient room, her patient, and we came out and gave him a little privacy. This tall older person had to go to the bathroom. he had to go to the bathroom, but she was like, well, scoot over just a little bit so I can see in the door, see in there, so I'll be sure he don't fall and hurt himself. So I think the first part of the dream was this. So right before my daddy died, he was admitted in the hospital. He had a GI bleed. He lost quite a bit of blood. He was at home going through that, and I thought that I hadn't talked to him for a little while because he became a semi-truck driver again, and he was on the road, and he was on it. He was gone. And so it could be days that go by that we ain't chit-chat, and then we connect when he, but he was out there. So a couple of days went by. The next thing I get the call that he in the hospital. Apparently he was in the house in a couple of days that I didn't hear from him, see him. And he had a damn GI bleed and had lost enough blood where it had him too weak to move. Fast forward, when I finally did get a chance to get to the hospital, some kind of way, my daddy, after he had all his transfusions or whatever, some kind of way, they let my daddy get up and go to the bathroom, and he fell. And so when I finally saw him in the hospital, he had some serious banger on the back of his head. He fell and really bust his head open. So they had his head all wrapped up. So I think the first part of that I feel called to just share was like this. Look, if you got people in the hospital or people that's getting looked after by people that either might be a little bit frail or fragile and at vulnerable stages, it could be nursing homes, whatever. Go check on your people, man. Go check on your people, because money be funny, and at the end of the day, the healthcare in general, it's a business. And I mean, unfortunately, it's just the reality of how that works. Them places be short staffed. So go check on your people and be sure that they just be sure that they're safe, and be sure that, and speak with them and get private time with them, and be sure that everything is being handled and on the up and up. And if you even get a hint of noticing places be overworked and understaffed, move your people up out of them places. And I don't care if I'm talking about hospitals now, because my daddy was in an acute care hospital, supposedly a good place, but how the hell you let somebody who had a GI bleed, why would you even think that was okay to let that person get up and go to the bathroom by themselves? Why? Because he said he could? Because, a person is frail and weak and they be in denial. They'll say, no, I got it. No. No, but when you're a healthcare professional, you got to know somebody who is severely anemic. I don't give a damn how much blood you might have replenished them with. Their body has to reacclimate. So that means that person, if they tall and skinny like my daddy, hypothetically, as soon as they stand up, they ass getting dizzy. So that was unnecessary. Although he had the cancer that he had that had spread or whatever, that essentially he had a quick departure, but still he didn't have to fall and bust his fucking head open like that. So I think the message in that was, look, if you got people in healthcare facilities, check on your people and be sure they getting the care that they need. They safe. Be sure that staffing is on point. And you just watching how they move. Because some people, when they are in them vulnerable, frail positions with their health, when you used to being independent, you have a hard time accepting that you are as frail as you are, or that you do need to be watched as much as you do. And you can try to gaslight your nurses out of and making them think you're more independent than you are, just verbally. But sometimes your people, and you can see and them more than what the nurses and healthcare people do. So you can be sure you reiterate shit like that to them. Don't, put a bed alarm on my grandma, because I'm sorry. Yep. Put a bed alarm on her, or whatever you need to do to ensure their safety, because places can be understaffed sometimes, and that shit happens unintentionally. But I don't want to see nobody have to go through that what my dad did, because I don't know. Not that would have spared his life, but I just don't understand how they let somebody that was that severely anemic. Why would you think it would be okay for somebody that's close to 80 to get their tall wood up and go to the bathroom by themselves, and then can fall and crack their head over like that? So check on your people. That was the first thing. I think that's the gist of it. Check on your people, because the lady, the nurse lady who came in the dream and was talking to me, the way she supposedly passed away is she fell down some stairs. Falls. So it's about falls. My dad, they let him go to that bathroom knowing he was weak and anemic, and his body had not recovered for him to have that type of autonomy, even if it's in a hospital. He he still got to be weak, even if you gave him blood transfusion. The person is weak. We got to be weak. He older. He was evident. I don't know. My dad was at home and was on the floor for them couple of days and shit, couldn't get up. So that means either way, you got rhabdo could have been happening with his body, his muscles atrophied. So you knew he was weak. So that's why you have to check on your people. Sometimes you got to be the brain. Man, sometimes you have to almost be a slight guide for healthcare professionals, because sometimes they don't be thinking, because that was unavoidable. So just check on your people and be sure they ain't being put in positions unintentionally that can make them let them be getting hurt and falling And just I guess basically monitor safety risks. It's just something about falls and staffing. And that's what came in my mind. Because I could remember being a nurse. Yep, that shit ain't no lie. The places be understaffed. And it'd be thin, it'd be tight, often it'd be unsafely tight. Because you can't make nobody come to work. And if you can't make nobody be unsick, if a staff member's sick, shit, they can't work. So in other words, check on your folks. I don't care if they're in a hospital. It could be the best hospitals, especially nursing homes. Check on your people and be sure that they ain't at no risk for falling. And they was on their way out the door to be discharged and back home. And you look up and it take one major staff shortage, and that's the day they motherfucking fall and bust their head open, and they ain't coming out of that. So just check on your loved ones. I guess that's the gist of it. Because a lot of them type of things like that, they be critical, where they be falling and breaking their hips and all of that old shit. That shit could be avoided. And it's just, sometimes you be spread too thin. I can remember that, having upward of 8 patients, like by my own self, and just trying to like be as mentally on as I can, and just being sure, like, okay, listening, just trying to be that's why that shit burnt. That's why that nursing field ain't no fucking joke. Because you got 8 lives, you like 8 acutely ill ass people you be accountable for. That shit is serious. And so just with me saying this to you out of my mouth, a nurse, and yeah, it's a hospital, the nurse is supposed to be sharp and on the ball, and you got doctors roaming around there, maybe, but still, the healthcare, them nurses and shit still be spread too thin, and they only got 2 eyeballs in their head, so they can't be. You got 8 patients with one nurse, well, they can't be everywhere at all times. So that's why you got to pop in and check on your people, to be an extra set of eyes, especially if your people are weak or fragile, or are a high risk, a high safety risk, where they could fall. They stubborn. They can't believe at this point that they need to be walked to the bathroom with a gait belt. They can't quite process that, and they feel like you stripping something away from them, their autonomy. They want to be a little hard-headed. Check on your people, because they can get hurt like that. They be falling and busting their goddamn head. And sometimes a nurse or whoever could be so full, so thin, that at the moment that person have to go to the bathroom, it might be 2 or 3 out of the other 8 patients that got to go too. So who she gonna choose? And you be in positions like that often. And the person that's impatient and stubborn and feel independent, although they weak and frail, like potentially like my daddy was, they'll get out the bed by themselves. And then there you go, head injury. So just check on your people. So I just wanted to hop on here, man. That was a crazy dream. And I'm grateful. I feel like don't nothing happen by mistake. She gone. She gone. And she was dope. She was my homie. And that hurt when I found that out. I couldn't believe it. But I feel like she dropped in my head for a reason. Because I was resting. I was dozed off. I thought I was in a deep sleep. But it was weird. Prior to me even waking up and thinking, let me share this, I was still hearing this TV. So it was like she was talking to me in that damn dream about the fall and her patient being in the bathroom. Watch that. Let me watch my patient. Let me scoot over so I can see in there, because I don't want him to hurt himself. And when I asked her if it was true, whether she really fell down the steps and passed away, it was like an unspoken. She was like, yeah, I fell down the stairs. She didn't say yes or no. She didn't even have no conversation with me. It was just like, I knew it. Like she just, that was just what she said energetically to me. It was the weirdest fucking thing. But she was in her whole nurses. She had that surgical blue on, that surgical blue scrub outfit, that color. And I saw her glasses hanging off. She would slide her glasses down. She'd be talking shit like on her nose, like Mother Goose. But she was so cool. And that's just so unfortunate, because she was only in her 50s. And she was a hard ass worker too, man. She worked because she had quite a few kids and stuff, but they was all well taken care of, college educated, good, just a good person. But that's why they say, good things happen, or bad things happen to good people too. And we'll never really know what happened. I don't really know what happened or why or how she fell, but she gone. And I'm just grateful that she came to me now to tell you to check on your folks and be sure that they getting looked after properly. Even if they getting looked after from other family members and caretakers and shit. If you don't know, you might not be tight with them caregivers like them other family. Just check on your people that you really love and be sure they're not getting abused, and you ain't picking up on it because you thinking it's family and shit. Like, no, if you ain't tight with that family member, if you ain't tight like that, you don't know them people. You don't know people. So check on your people. Family caretakers in hospitals, nursing homes, them group homes, check there. Check on your folks. You got to do it. If nothing, and do a sneak attack too. Pop up without saying nothing. You got to do it. Because some of them places be getting away with rolling understaffed. And it's unfortunate. And it ain't like you trying to be no narc or no shit like that. But no, you trying to be sure your people live. That's the whole goal. Be sure they live. And don't get no detrimental injury where they don't die, but it'll not do something where they be trapped in their body because they be a damn vegetable from a head injury, but then they didn't die. And that's just like, well, which one is fucking worse? So just check on your people, especially if they got a chance. Because these business, it's all business. The world is about money, and they'll roll understaffed or not. They'll keep rolling understaffed or not. As long as anybody ain't getting outed about it, and nobody, people be being mousy about that. But I'm talking from firsthand. Them places be understaffed. So check on your people. I love y'all, and I just want to drop this nugget, man. Because people be putting on the mirage. They be making it look all good. Nah. Them smiles and shit and good mornings. No, y'all under fucking staff, man. So I'm just telling you from experience, and I just hope this helps somebody. If you got somebody you love out there, check on them. Because you don't want them hurting themselves. You don't want them hurting themselves, or you don't want the negligence of staff shortages being the reason they get hurt. Because that's all avoidable. It's all avoidable. An ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. That's what I heard. And sometimes it's better to be proactive than reactive. Proactive is being more involved, I would say, in checking on your people versus being reactive. Now you want to get a lawsuit, but meanwhile they head busted and they're a vegetable. Fudge that. Be proactive. Don't be reactive. Be proactive. So I'm gone. I mean, hopefully whoever ears need to hear it come across this. So, damn, in my dreams. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.